We have Adam Chaffins in our studio, and we've been anticipating this for some time, and it worked out. Glad you could join us here in the studios of WSGS and Hazard.
Great to be in Perry County. Thank you.
Adam, we want to talk about the beginning of how you got into music, and we know that you are a Lawrence County native, just down the road from us, or up the road from us, I guess, north of here, northeast. Tell us about your family and music and just how it all came about.
You know, I grew up there in Louisa. Just you take old 23, you take US 23 to old 23, and you turn on this little road that was the original US 23, and that's where I'm from. And yeah, man, I've been, you know, I went to Morehead State University and left Morehead and went to Middle Tennessee, and I've just been kind of rousting about world over ever since then, playing music, and you know, put out a record in 2020, and kind of led to signing a publishing deal with Spirit Music and working with Frank Rogers, and then kind of a dream come true to make this record and, you know, get Coal Dust on the radio for my first radio single ever.
You start playing when you were a teenager in
Yeah,
Lawrence County?
as long as I can remember, you know, like growing up, you know, off US 23 in the 90s was like kind of peak what is now known as like the golden age of country. I feel like just 90s country, like growing up around all that, you know, being a kid and being immersed in it, you know, was the beginning of everything. And, you know, going to Morehead and studying music took it a little deeper, and then, you know, traveling with a bunch of bluegrass bands and getting to see the world doing that, and you know, playing with several artists. You know, I've got to play with Jake Owen and Leanne Womack and Kendall Marvel, and you know, I was in a band called Town Mountain out of Asheville, North Carolina for a little while. So there's been a lot of different, you know, various experiences that all kind of have cultivated on this record that's coming out on the 21st called Trailer Trash Double Wide.
Okay.
So which the song, which King of Coal Dust County is on this coming record. And yeah, man, it's just been kind of a long time coming, I guess. And from Lawrence County to you know, the Grand Ole Opry, we'll get to do it the first time on the 28th.
I know you're looking forward to that.
I sure am. Yeah.
Are you from a musical family, or?
No, actually, I'm not. You know, music was appreciated a lot, but I grew up listening to the radio. Man, I had a little radio player on my bed growing up as a kid that I fell asleep to right beside my ear. You know, and so as much as I love all kinds of different music, it always gets back to the hook for me. And I guess that was the preface for, you know, getting to do my job now, which is write country songs for a living.
You're doing what you want to do.
I get to do what I want to do, man. Yeah.
Did you ever listen to WSGS and Hazard growing up at all? We do cover,
man,
cover that area.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
always played a lot of traditional
Most
country.
definitely, man. Kind of every station in East Kentucky that would pick up, you know, living in Louisa. That was before I grew up. Before there was a Walmart there, so you know, you had to go farther north to Ashland or farther south to Painesville to find you a Walmart, or even into Prestonsburg. And definitely grew up going to Prestonsburg and Jenny Wiley, and kind of I worked at Jenny Wiley when in college, actually, playing in the orchestra there for the musical shows. So definitely spent a ton of time in East Kentucky from all that time before moving to Nashville, like all the, you know, even growing up playing in church. So music for me started here. King of Coal Dust County drives a silver coupe DeVille. He's got the biggest house in all of East Kentucky up atop of Flag Gap Hill. And he don't work for nobody, everybody works for him. And nobody asks no questions, 'cause everybody's cashing in. King of Coal Dust County grew up with holes in his shoes. And when you come from nothing, yeah, you got nothing to lose. He's got diamonds on his Rolex and a houseboat on the lake. Ain't nothing living like a rich hillbilly who thinks laws were made to break. Some folks call him the devil, some folks say he's a saint. He can rock you like a baby, but bite you like a copperhead snake. King of Coal Dust County was washing money in his tanning salon, till one day a boy from the bureau that came in with a wire on. They had everything they needed to lock him up in the big sandy pen, but when they came to catch a king of Coal Dust County, nobody ever turned him in. Some folks call him the devil, some folks say he's a saint. Robin Hood of the mountains wanted in all 50 states. Well, some say he's on an island or hiding in a deep well mine. I heard tales that the federale lost him crossing the Mexico line. Oh yeah, the king of Coal Dust County, he didn't leave a single clue. I guess when you come from nothing, yeah, you got nothing to lose. The king of Coal Dust County, the king of Coal Dust County. Oh yeah, the king of Coal Dust County.
Thank you. Great job on that. Good to hear it in person.
Yeah, it was fun this morning.